In-season tournament. Rock, did I push the right button? Does that sound okay? In-season tournament. Yeah, good, I had the right button.
Like it wouldn't have been as good as our in-season tournament. Yeah. Wouldn't it be funny if I forgot to turn that off and did the rest of today's show, in this voice?
I'll spare you all. Let me make sure. Did I turn that off? Is it just me again? Is it me? It's me. Okay, good. The NBA in-season tournament, if we're all being honest with each other, is completely fabricated drama served up on an ugly basketball court. It's pulled from thin air, not necessarily to make you lean forward, but to provide another avenue of content to sell in a coming media deal that the NBA is looking to hit ka-ching, for maybe the last time. We'll get to that in a minute. Diehard fans, guess what? They were watching anyway, right? Like diehard fans were watching anyway. So it's not like you needed to create something to get people who were watching. You needed to create something to get people who necessarily weren't watching to watch. And I don't know if this does that at all. As it's been well documented, there are zero stakes for fans to actually get excited about. It's not like, hey, you win the in-season tournament, you get to tack on 3 more imaginary wins to improve your seeding. Or you get the automatic, 5th, 6th, 7th pick of the draft is automatically yours. There is no stakes for the fans to really care about. All the payoff is for players and well-compensated already coaches. So the rich get richer. No one who doesn't have any skin in the game. Here's the thing. Whether your team wins or loses, it's not going to affect your team's season beyond the win or the loss of that moment. It won't. It won't. So I'm not in love with the concept because I really think that, this is very much Adam Silver's baby, and he didn't put nearly enough thought into his baby. It's the old but it works in soccer. Well, soccer over in Europe is the only sport they got, basically, right? I mean, that's it. That's all they got. That's it. There is no NFL, NBA, baseball, hockey, all this stuff. It's soccer, and they've been doing this, in-season tournament crap since, the Knights of the Round Table, basically. So it's ingrained in their culture. This is not ingrained in our culture, and the NBA's level of ingraining itself in the culture is to be debated. Do we need this? The courts completely suck. Like that, the courts are going to piss me off. Being an Indiana guy, and Bob Knight, rest in peace. We got to say that this week. But I hate a tacky ass basketball court, and there's nothing but tacky ass basketball courts involved in this. Yuck. Andrew Sharp told Ethan Sherwood Strauss, basically saying, so you're telling me you're giving me a tournament that no one really wants, isn't built to suck in any casual fan in any way, shape, or form, doesn't even give the fan something to root for because there's an X marks the spot that you can get invested in. It's just more money for the already wealthy. And you're going to put it all on Boise State's football field? That's a great line by a couple of smart guys having a really interesting conversation. By the way, I really encourage you, Ethan Sherwood Strauss, support that guy's Substack. If you are a sports fan, a media fan, he's the guy. I got to get him on the show. Why is the NBA really doing this? Well, here's the actual truth as to why the NBA is doing this. Silver knows he needs one more golden egg media deal because it could be the last available to him on linear TV because the world of media is changing. I mean, it's easy to look at me and say, well, I represent that, but it's going to change for these leagues too. And I'm just telling you right now, again, look, no matter what happens to the NBA, because I'm a basketball fan, I'm in, right? I'm in. You got me. I love basketball. I love professional basketball. I don't need marquee players and superstars to be like, holy shit, these guys are incredible. I love basketball. I'm watching. I'm in. You can't even drive me away with your ugly ass courts. Okay? You can't drive me away. But a lot of people will start vanishing. A lot of people will start vanishing. Hold on, I'm going to mute my phone here. I don't need it ringing right now. A lot of people are going to start vanishing when LeBron, Steph, and KD retire. That's just the way it is. You know, this could be the new post-Jordan era. But you're not just trying to replace one Michael Jordan. You're trying to replace 3 Michael Jordans. You know, Luka in Dallas, Wembanyama in San Antonio, Jokic in Denver, they ain't going to carry the league. Those markets can't do it. And, you know, I don't understand why. I really don't care where, if a player comes from America or another country, like, I don't care. But people do. You know, if you didn't get to root for him as a one and done in college, you might not care very much. So players being drafted from Europe, I don't think really sparks that much imagination, with the exception of Wembanyama, who we'll get to. But, you know, Jason Tatum's a really, really good player, but he's not a superstar. A superstar caliber player, yes, but Jason Tatum by himself selling 8,000 more tickets than would have happened? No one. Jason Tatum does not move the needle in terms of, oh, I got to watch this. Jason Tatum's playing tonight? Oh, man, I got to watch Jason Tatum play tonight. No one says that. Celtics fans don't even say that. You know, I love basketball, so you got me. But is this going to pull in everyone else? No shot, no chance. By the way, I was talking to Nick Friedel, our old buddy Nick Friedel, who's traveling on his severance dime over the world. He's having a great time. Cry not for Nick Friedel. He is loving life right now. 10 years from now, let me tell you how sports is going to work. It's the NFL is king, college football is the prince, and everything else is hockey. Everything else is going to be treated like a little boutique, doesn't matter nearly as much as these 2 other things, sports. And that could be the NBA in the post-KD, Steph, LeBron era. And that, look, it's all happening soon. Now, I told you were going to get a little good Damon, evil Damon. Here's how good Damon feels about the NBA's in-season tournament. You know, I hope the Warriors win the whole damn thing. I really do. When the Warriors, more than the Giants, more than the Niners, when the Warriors are playing, like, I want them to win. I love the Warriors. I love the way that they've changed basketball, introduced a style that everyone is copying these days. Like, to me, they're an evolutionary step in the history of the game, and I love the Warriors. I like so many people involved. I'm rooting for them. I really am. And I hope the Warriors win the whole goddamn thing. You know, and in spite of the fact we're going to get a million, like, oh, Chris Paul finally won something jokes, it would be good. It would be really, really good for the Warriors. In terms of, you know, hey, they might have one more like actual NBA championship run in them. It would be the real starting blocks of that. It would also be proof that they're connected, if I can borrow a word from Steve Kerr. Like, it's come together well, it's come together, and this is all good news for the Golden State Warriors trying to win one more title. The Warriors are playing. I want them to win. I want them to play great basketball. That's how I get entertained at night when I'm watching, you know, my TV's on at like 5, 6, 7 p.m. whenever they're tipping off. Give me good Warriors basketball on my TV. Damon, happy boy. So that's how good Damon feels about the NBA in-season tournament. Hey, I hope it works. I hope it's interesting. I hope the Warriors win it all. Huzzah. Here comes evil Damon. I'm about to say something that's going to make a lot of you shiver. But again, it's not me. It's evil Damon. Good Damon, evil Damon. Arr. Evil Damon wants LeBron, KD, Steph, Jokic, Victor Wembanyama, Luka Doncic, Joel Embiid, Jimmy Butler, Giannis, and Dame. I want every single one of them to have a season-ending injury. I want the NBA's in-season tournament to not only ruin the rest of the regular season, but ruin the NBA playoffs and ruin the NBA finals, and we'll never have to hear about this bullshit or see those stupid courts ever again. That's what Evil Damon wants. Evil Damon wants this whole thing to explode in Adam Silver's Dobby the house elf looking face and just be a disaster. And the NBA finals is the Utah Jazz versus the Orlando Magic. You idiots. You know, if it's all about like slow playing because these athletes are all now so delicate and load management. Oh, no. We don't need that at all. We can have everybody go full bore in the month of December now. Like, you know, there's a part of me that's rooting for it to fail galactically. I told you that was going to be awful. But that's what Evil Damon wants. Luckily, Evil Damon is a myth. He's not real. He's just someone you tell the kids about to keep them in line. But there's a part of me that really wants it to really work well and have the Warriors succeed. There's another part of me that wants the whole thing to be such a devastating blow to interest the entire regular season that Adam Silver is on his knees, center court, Madison Square Garden, begging everyone in the world's forgiveness.